A handful of Christians read this passage and get so scared. Let's read it in context and see if it's as scary as they say. Mathew 7 verses 21 to 23, verse 21. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Verse 22. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name? And in thy name have cast out devils? And in thy name done many wonderful works? Verse 23. And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you, depart from me, ye that work iniquity. So when these people go before God on Judgment Day, what are they trusting in to get them to heaven? Their works. We are not saved by works, but by faith. They profess to know Christ because they did all these wonderful works in his name, but it was all in vain. Even if we trust in one work, grace becomes work. Romans 11 verse 6, and if by grace, then is it no more of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then it is no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. Anything that we will do will never be good enough before God. The only way into heaven is by grace through faith alone. Ephesians 2 verses 8 to 9. Romans 4 verse 5 and Titus 3 verse 5 go hand in hand to tell us salvation is by faith and not of works. Salvation is not about turning from sins, being baptized, going to church, praying, giving to the homeless. All these are good, but they do not save. How we're saved is by the grace of God putting our full faith and trust on what Jesus did on that cross. 1 Corinthians 15 verses 1 to 4. Jesus lived a sinless life, died on the cross for the sins of the world, he was buried and rose 3 days later. Faith in essence is Romans 4 verse 21, and being fully persuaded that, what he had promised, he was able also to perform. We're fully persuaded that by our faith in what he did will get us to heaven. Not anything we do, but what he did. Furthermore, let's take a look at something a lot of people skip over. Mathew 7 verse 21 Jesus states that whoever does the will of the Father. What is the will of the Father? John 6 verses 38 to 40, For I came down from heaven, not to do mine own will, but the will of him that sent me. And this is the Father's will which hath sent me, that of all which he hath given me I should lose nothing, but should raise it up again at the last day. And this is the will of him that sent me, that every one which seeth the Son, and believeth on him, may have everlasting life, and I will raise him up at the last day. Absolutely beautiful. If we place our faith and trust in Jesus Christ's finished work on the cross, we do the will of the Father stated in verse 21. We will be washed clean by his blood. Romans 3 verses 23 to 25. And have everlasting life. Acts 16 verse 31, and brought them out, and said, Sirs, what must I do to be saved? And they said, Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved, and thy house.